Hello, my dear viewers, and welcome again to another episode of the Deeper Conversations show. I'm your host, Zipporah Gachuche, welcoming you and glad to have you on this show. Today we have a very dear guest, a friend, a mother to me, a mother to many, and I know this is one show that is going to impact many, give us deep insights, and reveal a lot of truths that many may be pondering about, may be asking questions about. So sit back and enjoy the show. To welcome our guest.
Thank you so much for welcoming me here. This is my first time, and I'm so happy that I'm here. My names are Agnes Muthoni. I'm a bishop, and I'm saved. I love Jesus Christ as my personal savior. And I'm a mother of 3, 2 girls and 1 boy, but they are all grown-ups. And some of them, like my 2 girls, are not here. They are in the United States, but my young boy is here, and still I'm a grandmother of 5. Yes.
Wow. The Lord has graced you. You do not look like a grandmother of 5.
Thank you.
Yes, the Lord has kept you well.
Thank you.
Welcome so much to the show.
You're welcome.
Bishop Agnes. And it's really a privilege and an honor to host you on the show. And I think more than that, it would be good for you to also share your journey, where you have been, where you have worked, to where you are today.
Oh yes, thank you so much. My journey is long, but I don't want to start from when I was young. But I may start like, okay, I went to school and I did my Form 4, became a teacher, and after a while I joined the ministry as a full-time minister. And after some time, God privileged me to relocate from Kenya. That is back in 1999 with my 3 kids, and we went to America with them, and it has been a journey. And I think they were very young when we got there, because my firstborn was 16 and the other one was 14 and the other one was 12, so they were very young. And since then we've been there, and I stayed for some few years. I raised them there, and I went also to school back there. Year 2000 I joined Bureau Heights Bible College. I did my first degree, and then from there I went to Lutheran Seminary. I advanced my education, that is theological school, and I completed 2004. That's when I got out of school. And at the same time as I was going to school, I was still working there in the United States. So as many others, I used to be up and down. I was handling school, I was handling children, I was handling the school and the work. And so to me, I really enjoyed, though it wasn't easy. It was a journey, because back in United States, it is not like here, whereby you have somebody to help you in the house. So everything is on your shoulders. You do it by yourself. And mind you, now my children are in school, and they are young, and you have to guide them, and especially after school. So you have to be very organized. You have to be very careful, because you have to balance work and children. Because as a mother, you have to know what they are doing. As a mother, you have to know how their day was. And being 3 of them, it's not easy, but without any help. But God helped me. and I was able to raise them, and they completed their school, especially my first daughter. She joined university when she was a little bit young, because at the age of 20 she was done with her first degree.
Oh, wow.
And I really thank God.
Yeah.
And also the other one also joined, and still she was still very young, and I was still living with them. And actually the boy was a little bit behind, and when we were there, he did up to Form 4, and then he decided to relocate to Kenya,
To come back to Kenya.
come back to Kenya.
Wow.
Yes.
Out of his own voluntary wish.
Yes, because I remember even when he decided to come back, I was not yet back
Yes.
here.
So he left you there, he came back.
Yes, ma'am. He left me there, he came back, and he looked for a school by himself.
Wow.
He was so determined,
Yeah.
because in him he was like, I came from Kenya when I was very young. He knew nothing about Kenya. And actually he wanted to be in politics, and so it's like, I want to know Kenya more. And so he decided, you know what, I'm gonna go back to Kenya.
Yeah.
And that's what he did.
Wow.
He came here and he stayed 1 year,
Yeah.
and after 1 year, that's when I also came back.
Yeah.
And he went to USIU University.
Yeah.
That's where he was.
Yeah.
And from then he has been in Kenya. Yes.
Wonderful. You know, it's you know, when you're telling the story, it sounds easy telling, but I can only imagine, because now you are balancing school, you are balancing with the children, three, and it is not like here where you can have somebody, you can bring in somebody to help you with this as you manage this, and you also had work, because there you have to work.
You have to work.
And you have gone into a place where, you know, like here we have family that you can rely on, you can depend on, friends, you know, a social circle that you can fall back to, but there now you are alone.
All alone.
And there's one thing, Mom, that I love about your story. It is the fact that you have been present, despite everything, because that is quite a lot, but you have been very present, you know, for your children and with your children, and you decided to walk the full 9 yards, you know, with them. And the point of advantage is that you are there with them. But today we want to take the journey with maybe children or a child who has found opportunity to travel to the diaspora, maybe at that tender age. And they've been called there for school, for work, for whatever, for greener pastures. And it looks like an opportunity for growth. It looks like the world, you know, has opened up to them, opportunities have opened up to them. But they leave family behind, they leave society behind, they leave what they knew to be normal behind. They have taken their flight, very excited. They have landed in the US. Now we want to take that journey with them, because most of us send our children as we stay here. We don't know what happens. Most of us really honestly do not know what happens on that other side. And we have seen a lot of stories, cases that happen, you know, in the US and in other countries when children have been released to go. So let's take that journey with them, because you have also had that experience. You have worked with your own children and also worked with others.
Sure.
Yes.
Actually, to me, it wasn't easy.
Yes.
Because I remember when we got there,
Yeah.
my two daughters, they were a little bit grown,
Yeah.
and they were like, one time I remember when we got there, now it's a new place,
Yes.
they know nobody,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
and here they are, and it's still the life they used to live here. As kids, you know, they don't know anything else as long as they are eating and they are in school. And so they never thought like we're gonna move or relocate. So when we got there, they were like, Mom, is this the America we were coming?
Is this what you were talking about?
Is this what you are talking about?
Is this what everybody gets
Yes.
Oh my.
So and it's like one time it's like I think we are still waiting to go to America, and we are in America. So I'm like, okay. Even me, I was shocked.
Even you got the
Yeah,
culture shock.
because it's not the way I used to think. But actually, after some times, you get used. But it is not easy. But the greatest problem I realized when we were coming here, nobody told us what to expect. And that one to me, even today, I think before you relocate to a place, a new place, whereby you're going to stay, it is good for you to seek advice.
Yes.
Because there is always this thing we call culture shock.
Yes.
And this one, it really affected my children. And but with the time, they got used.
Yeah.
But the greatest problem is when they went to school, because it's especially where we landed, it's a white place. They dominated the place, and so they were like, we are not comfortable here.
Yeah.
And for real, whether we like it or not, there is this thing we call racism.
Yes, yes.
And
It's real.
they have never experienced that.
Yeah.
So sometimes they could come in the evening and they could talk to me, and I used to advise them, we are here because of one thing, because of your life. And you have to know that you are not here because of anybody else.
Yeah.
When you go to school, you go and study,
Yeah.
because this is your life. And with the rest, they are living their life.
Yeah.
And when you got out of that school, you will get out of there alone with what you'll be having. And I used to encourage them, but it wasn't easy. And those time I could imagine you setting a child there, or by himself or herself, and especially immediately after school, like Form 4, it can be very, very hard. It can be very, very hard. Because if it was hard for my children, and I was
You
there,
were there.
I was providing shelter for them, I was providing food for them, and here you send a child there, and he or she is all by herself. It is not easy. And actually with the time we got used, because we had to accept. After some time they got used. But according to me, the way I raised them, to me, I got concerned
Yeah. Yeah.
about the rest of the children
Yeah.
who are there alone.
Yeah.
Because there is no way you can take a child there, allowed 18 years, you expect that child to pay the school fees,
Yeah.
to pay the rent, upkeep.
Yeah.
That child is eating, he want to drive, because of there, you have no choice.
Driving is not optional.
It is not optional.
Yeah.
It is not optional, because
Yeah.
if you don't drive, who will be taking you to school? And when you are there, still, you have to work,
Yes.
even if it is part-time. Because if you don't work that part-time job, where are you going to get the money to keep yourself or to sustain yourself? So to me, it is not easy, but I really thank God, because my children, I was there, and they could come home and find somewhere to stay, something to eat, but still it was hard.
And someone to talk to.
And someone to talk to.
Regarding their challenges.
Yes, regardless the things they made outside there.
Yeah.
And by and by, it became a little bit easier, because to me, USA or America, it's one of the best places to live, but not to everybody.
Yeah, not for everybody.
Not for everybody.
I like that.
Not
I
for
like that.
everybody.
Yeah.
It is a good, very good place to live,
Yeah.
but it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So even we grown-ups, before you decide,
Yeah.
you have first of all to know where you are going.
Yeah.
So my key point here is, before you decide to take your child there, first of all, seek advice, prepare that child,
Yes. Yeah.
even if it means to look for a counselor.
Yes, yes.
Because you know, to change, a change is not as easy as we think. It is not. It is not. So it is good for you to prepare that child, that from now you'll be all by yourself. This is a new place, this is a new culture. Because what happens when they go there and they're not prepared, they get lost. Yeah, they get lost.
Trying to find their way.
They try to find their way, and before they get their way, before they know themselves, they get lost.
And they can be lost forever.
They can be lost forever.
For a while.
Yes, I am telling. And even some of them, they don't recover. They end up by coming back home with nothing. No education, no nothing. Many of them, and even some, they get deported. Why? Because the moment they got there, they were not able to go to school, because things get hard, and sometimes they think, you know what, here, instead of going to school, let me look for money.
The dollar first.
The dollar first. And then they go outside there, they get 2 jobs, and mind you, it's minimum wage. At the minimum wage
is really minimal.
It's really minimal. It's not easy. A grown up, you're able to manage yourself, because also when we got there, we used to do the same job, minimum wage, and you as a grown up, you will know what to do and how to handle it. But a young person,
you have what it takes to withstand the shock, the culture shock, the new and everything that comes with it.
So what happens? They quit school. But even if they quit school, they don't tell the parents. Many of them, parents are here back home, but they always think that their children are going to school. No, I met so many kids who went there to go to school, and their parents, they always think that they went to school, but they did not. Probably they went to school only one semester. I have met many of them, only one semester, and then let me look for $1. I have to survive. You know, many of them, they survive. Many of them, they survive.
I think that comes from the notion, even from my understanding, you know, that there are many children who are sent on the understanding that, you know, once you get in, there are job opportunities, first of all, so they believe, okay, you go get a job like the other children and do what you need to do to survive, number one. Number two is where maybe a parent will think it is good for the child to be jolted to life like that, because they are being trained to be tough. That's what they believe. But going back now, just a bit, you know, we are talking about now. The child has landed. This is a completely different culture. And I think that culture is what most parents and even the children themselves do not know where they have gone, what it is they are getting into. And you know, we have spoken of those being deported. Most of them, you know, of course, the guilt and society pointing a finger at them, you wasted the opportunity. But also it is the lack of understanding that when they get there, they also get completely lost, completely confused, you know, where is this that I have come? By the time they are trying to find their way, the pitfalls that they fall into, you know, just starting with the issue of racism, like you have said, it is real.
It is real.
And when they are here in Kenya, even me when I am here, there is nothing wrong with me. I am black and I am accepted, and this is who I am, and I am accepted, and you know, I am okay. I can walk anywhere, and I can walk into any shop, and I can do anything, any office. There is nothing wrong with me. It becomes a shocker for a child who knows they are okay when they land there and they realize that there is a resistance, not because they are bad, not because they have failed, not because they have missed out on anything, but simply because of their skin color, which they can do nothing about. So now, you know, they have to find their way, how to manage that resistance, how to withstand it. So now this culture, Mom, because you are the one who has been there and you know, talk to us about it.
This culture, you know, like now, as a grown up, you understand, but the children, before they understand, they normally go a very long journey.
Yeah.
And still, it is hard to understand fully.
Yeah.
And this culture, racism, it's there. Not it to everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that all people who are there, they are racist. They are racist.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
But some.
Yeah.
Even here we have some people. They feel like they are better than others.
Yes.
This thing is there.
It is everywhere.
But
Actually.
there it's worse.
Yeah.
Especially because of color.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
And now always, even if you are not experiencing this racism, you always think that these people, it's like they don't
They're
like me,
different.
even if they love you, even if they show you love, because first of all you met somebody who was racist before.
Oh,
You
yeah.
always think that
Yeah, so you
everybody
carry the
is a
stigma.
racist. No, it is not like that. And that is stigma. One thing, your self-esteem goes down.
Yes. Very
And guess
true.
what? When a self-esteem goes down, and especially to a young person,
Yeah.
to come up again, it is very hard.
Yes.
And when that self-esteem goes down, they become don't cares. And that's where the parents are not there.
They are all alone now.
They are all alone. Those close relatives or friends, they are not there.
Yeah.
Now he or she is in the midst of looking friends who he or she can associate with.
Yeah.
And it takes time, you see.
Yeah.
And sometimes they lead to wrong people, they get misled.
Yeah.
And this is where they really get lost. And they always think like, now because I'm here, they develop an attitude. I mean, an attitude in them. They don't care. They don't care anymore.
Maybe as a survival
Yeah, let
mechanism.
me just survive.
Yeah.
And you see sometimes, Spora, this child, when he was here, he was a very bright child.
Yes.
And this is my concern to the parents.
Yes.
Today in me, I feel like speaking to parents. My concern is, if your child is bright here, if your child performs well in Form 4,
Yeah.
and he or she is qualified to go to a university,
Yeah.
to me, my advice, let that child go to university here and stay with that child for 4 years.
Another 4 years.
Another
yes.
4 years.
Yes.
Because some of these kids, they have potential in them.
Oh, yeah.
And when they go there, even if here he was supposed to go university and now he goes there, things are hard, and he stopped going to school, what do you expect? He will live with a minimum wage,
Yeah.
and he will or she will never help himself.
Yeah.
And then probably that child, he had a dream, one day he will be a lawyer, one day he will be a good politician,
Yeah.
one day he will be a teacher,
Yeah.
one day he will be somebody, he will be an engineer. And so that dream,
Now he's
it
just trying to
is shut
survive.
now,
Yeah.
you see, because of the hardship, because he cannot sustain himself or
Yeah.
herself. He is here, he is all by himself, he stopped there. So in America or in any foreign places, we are losing our children. We are losing children who are having potentials
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah.
And if they went to school here, they could have done far much better. And to me, because I have met with so many of them, to me, my advice to my parents who are here,
Yeah.
because some of these things they normally do because they don't know, I want to open up their eyes.
Okay.
If your child, you know for real,
Yeah.
is having a potential
Yeah.
in him or her, let him go to school here,
Yeah.
and then after 4 years, let him decide.
Wonderful. We'll take a short break, Ma'am.
Thank you.
I love the way the discussion is going.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot that is coming out
Sure.
that may not have been obvious information to parents and to many others. So our viewers will take a short break. Please do not go far. Be sure to join us again as we return to this conversation.